Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Philly Brew Reviews. Let's drink a beer. Today, we are going into Germany, and we are going to try Weihenstephaner, or Weihenstephaner. I'm assuming I'm butchering this name, but it's Weihenstephaner's Hefe Weissbier. Okay, now, as I have said in the past, I believe the best Hefeweizen beer that I've tried is Franziskaner, which is also from Germany. Or is it from Austria? I don't remember. One of those two. I always think of Germany and Austria as kind of the same thing. However, I looked this up on Beer Advocate, and I actually had never done so before. And I've had this once or twice, but I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. Beer Advocate is off the charts with this thing. There's 65, almost 6,600 reviews by the Beer Advocate community, and they rated 98 out of 100, and the Bros rated 100 out of 100, which is world class, both world class ratings. Now, the book on this beer is that it's actually fairly sweet. So, I know that wheat beers are generally on the sweet side, but as I just said in my last review yesterday, that I did with the Adoration Ale, which I thought was a little bit too sweet. We'll see what we have here. Hefeweizen is my favorite style overall to drink, so obviously this is a world-class version of it, and we are very much looking forward to trying it. 5.4 alcohol by volume. There's not anything really crazy on the bottle as far as information. Basically just has a government warning. Weihenstephaner is actually the world's oldest continuously operating brewery. It says since 1040. 1040. I know. I think I did Leffe a long time ago, and Leffe is a really old brewery too. And I remember, we in America, we think 1776 is a long time. It's like 1040. This brewery's been around since, so they must know what they're doing. So let's give it a shot, shall we? Wow, very smoky coming off of that. Look at that smoke. I don't know if it's coming off there, but anyway. Oh boy. Well, it sure smells like a Hefeweizen. But what's interesting is that usually with wheat beers, you get a very citrusy kind of forward smell to it, but this one's actually more banana. Very banana forward. Cloves, obviously, the wheat and the malts. Very good smelling beer. Ooh. All right, she's pretty good looking. Let's get those yeasts in there. Beautiful. Look at that thing. Look at that work of art. White head, very foamy. Lot of bubbles coming up from the bottom. The sediments and the yeast are really starting to cascade down into the drink. Very cloudy look to it. Very, very cloudy. At the top where the yeasts are still kind of sitting, but at the bottom you kind of get a see-through look to it. But as you can see, very golden in appearance. Looks like a Hefeweizen. Looks like a beautiful Hefeweizen. There's actually some sediment sticking to the side of the glass, and it does move when I move it a little bit. Wow, that's a good-looking beer. Let's give it a taste and see what we got, huh? Good Lord. Well, the nose is actually a very good indicator as how this is going to taste. Bananas, cloves, a lot of spices going on in here. Very smooth, medium carbonation. Mouthfeel is on the malty side. Definitely a nice a nice smooth drink. Very, it's actually not as complex as I thought it would be. Which is certainly not a bad thing. This is just almost what I would call like a perfectly brewed Hefe Weissbier. I mean, this is like, man, because it's not overdone, It's been a long time since I've had Franziskaner, so I can't really, I feel remiss in trying to compare the two right now because honestly, I don't have it sitting right next to each other. Maybe that's what I'll start doing later on with the beer reviews. I'll actually have two styles and we'll go head to head, kind of see which one's better. But for the most part, I mean, this is just eminently drinkable. This is eminently perfect in every way. It's not too much of anything. It's extremely, extremely just smooth and beautiful. It's great to look at. It's great to taste. From a carbonation standpoint, like I said, medium carbonation. The only detractor I would say is it's a little bit, the carbonation kind of pulls from, for me anyway, it's just very easy to drink, but the overall carbonation kind of pulls from the taste a little bit. Actually, as you go further into it, it seems to calm down a bit. But man, this is just very smooth. Very smooth. They've had 1,000 years to perfect it, I guess. Man, crazy, crazy, crazy. So hop factor, it's a Hefeweizen. Hops are not an issue with most Hefeweizen beers. So don't worry about that. Hop factor, 3 out of 10. Overall rating is obviously going to be 5 stars out of 5. This is a truly world-class beer. They don't make them much better than this, but I do need to have Franziskaner. It's just Franziskaner, to me, I like beers that are a little bit more complex, that have a little bit more going on. It's not that this beer, the fact that it's not complex is a bad thing. It's just like when you're holding up a style of a Hefe Weissbier and you're saying, what is bare minimum, not bare minimum, that's the wrong word, like just no frills, perfect, well brewed, this is it. Franziskaner I feel like has a little bit more going on. There's a little bit more kind of subtlety to what's going on with the taste. This one is just ingredients that you get with a Hefeweizen, absolutely perfect balance in every way, shape, and form. Beautiful, beautiful. It just goes down. There's no bad aftertaste. There's nothing just negative about this beer. That's what you would say this is. Franziskaner is a little bit more, I guess, on the adventurous side. So, whatever you want to take from that. Or, I know that the darker one, the Dunkel, has like chocolate notes, things like that. This is just a perfect, no frills Hefeweizen beer. Can't say anything else about it. It's beautiful. So, what else are you gonna say? We'll close up this review. So, thank you for watching, and I gotta get. I know there's a couple more by this company. You gotta give them a shot, huh? Let's give them a shot. So we'll see you at the next review. Thanks a lot.